Having picked up our friend Angela, we spent a surprising and incredibly quiet night in the airport car park. And at just 42 dirhams for the night, it's an absolute bargain. Early next morning, we started south towards the fabled Tizi'n'Test, a small pass in the high Atlas Mountains that connects Marrakesh and Taradant.
We've picked up a new guest. Angela! Picked her up from Marrakesh airport last night. Had a very quiet night, staying in the car park at the airport, quite surprising. And this morning we are driving down to Tizi'n'Test, the spectacular gorge, or so we hear. When we get there we'll find out, but right now we are driving through the earthquake damaged section. There was an earthquake in September last year and I knew it had done quite a lot of damage, but actually seeing it and seeing people living in tents, some of them are in camps, obviously their houses are too dangerous, but some of them you can see the houses on the side of the road and then they've got tents in front of them, just waving at another motorhome. They've got tents in front of the houses, so it shows that the houses are just too dangerous to be in, and there's businesses there and they've got the tents set up outside. But the road, some of it has been completely destroyed, and you can see sections where they've cut out gorges, like this bit here, to replace the dangerous bit. So considering that it was only 6 months ago, there's been a lot of work happened here. Obviously it has to be, this road is a lifeline through to so many villages, but it's incredible to think how much of the rock they've dug out already to make this an accessible and drivable route.
The road surface is a mixture of tarmac that just seems to run out, bedrock, gravel and sand, all interspersed with huge rocks and potholes. The scary bit though is where the road has just collapsed many hundreds of feet into the valley below. The video doesn't show it and we really didn't want to get out the van and film it, but you can see crevices some 2 or 3 inches wide where the next piece of road is going to collapse into the valley. On one hand, we were incredibly lucky with the weather today. It was sunny, warm and the skies were clear, giving us magnificent views. But on the other hand, passing through the many destroyed villages where people live in porta cabins was heartbreaking.
That was a temporary mosque. We were just saying that with all of the destruction and everybody living in temporary accommodation, we're coming along, gawping at them, taking photographs in our expensive vehicle that we're driving around. It does feel as though this disaster has turned into some sort of macabre tourist attraction. I'm hoping that what we do isn't seen as a macabre tourist attraction, more raising awareness of what's here whilst we're on our way to go and see the what we come to see, which is the incredible gorge. It's just showing the realism of what's here. just for context, that's the drop down to the gorge.
Motorbike's coming past you. Motorbike's gone. There's clouds. There's snow! After an absolutely crazy day of driving on some of those most incredible roads and views, we've got to Tizi'n'Test, right at the top of the mountains, 2,100 metres up. We're the only people here. It's not cheap to camp. He wants 90 for the three of us. But he has let us use the showers and the toilets, which were indoors, and the showers are 10 dirhams each, which is 80p. So since the earthquake last year, water has to be brought up in IBCs here, so he pays a lot of money for it. But the view up here, it's getting a bit windy as I'm reaching the edge, is incredible. Have a look at that. So that's our view for the night. We are parked behind the building. He said it'll be very windy up here tonight, so we actually parked round the corner, but that's the view that side. We're eating here tonight. He even sells beer. Might be a nice cold one. Food, I think it's 80 or 90 dirhams each. So again, none of it's cheap, but we're the only people here with a place and the view. Like, look at the view, incredible. So today we've gone from just over sea level, maybe a couple of 100 meters above sea level, to 2,100, and this big water bottle we use is plastic, has exploded. So listen to the gas, the pressure on this. We are very high now. If we do that up tomorrow on the way down, it'll crush and we'll film it again. Look at this bag of crisps as well. It's proper blown out. Again, when we get to the bottom, we'll do both of these and see what they do. As they sell alcohol here, we thought we'd come and have a pre-dinner beer sat by the fire. How awesome is that? So how about this for a warmer? Built into the fire is a great big urn. Take the lid off, put the water in, fire, and that's lovely and warm.
Oh, that was actually a tap above it.
By next morning, 3 large overlanders had arrived, making getting out a little bit more difficult. Not wanting to tar everyone with the same brush, but in true Germanic efficiency, they stood and watched over their vehicles without a single offer of help. Not that I needed it.
Are you going to 3-point turn it or reverse all the way back out? I think you might have to reverse all the way back out. Do you reckon you can 3-point turn that? Yeah. Come on. This way, this way, this way. Come on. Keep going, keep coming, keep coming. When you're not tall enough, dig out your ladder.
So we left Tizi'n'Test, So we left Tizi'n'Test about 10 minutes ago, not even that. Rolled down the hill, and right in front of us, other than Angela, is this enormous view. Look at this, it's incredible. You can see the sun over on the right, with a little bit of cloud above us. That is phenomenal. That's the roads we're going down, I think. Today we are heading to be honest, no one's really got a clue. Girls, where? down the hill, that way.
I do not feel like we can get through this. That's going to be close. And that's a big hole. Yeah. Oh.
Holy bloody moly.
That was tight. So Thomas, how did that feel?
I don't get claustrophobic, but you can see why that would feel claustrophobic. That is, and it's raining as well, on a slippery road, collapsing. This is the worst road we've driven on so far.
Officially.
I don't think this has had tarmac on it for many, if ever, years.
Concrete, isn't it?
Well, there is. Can't be us close that way, isn't it? I'm now doing 19 kilometres an hour, okay.
That makes me feel better.
This is the Google Street View of the Refuge at Sunset restaurant taken long before the tragic earthquake, and this is how it looks today in March of 2024. Sadly, 3 people died when the building collapsed. So even though Tizi'n'Test was 20 odd miles away from the epicentre of the earthquake last September, the devastation here is unbelievable. We've seen a few little shacks and stuff on the way down, but we stopped here. We thought, time for coffee, we'll give something to somebody. So there's a little cafe, a little shack, wooden shack. But when we got out, there's Peggy sat there, when we got out we realised that right behind was their restaurant. It was a thriving business. It looked like quite a grand building once, well decorated and pink, quite big as well, sort of, I don't know, 20 metres long. So that's their shop, the little shack. But we just saw the kiddie running in and out to get milk from here. So that's obviously now their house. So they've lost their home, their business and everything. So it kind of hits home really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has.
And it's not something that's ever... Well, the girls are upset just watching, but it's not something you hear in the news. You saw it for 10 minutes, there was an earthquake, that was it. Bit of aid sent this way, but it is, nothing's changed. The road's collapsing and they need our help. So well, it's got to cost us 10 quid for 3 cups of coffee. You got to give something back, haven't you? You got to try. After the highs and lows of the Tizi'n'Test Pass, we headed south to Foum Zguid. Please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up and join us next week as we explore a magnificent hidden oasis and the film sets of Gladiator and The Hills Have Eyes.